Would I keep Dame or would I take the deal? So, would I take Dame or keep AD? I, personally, would keep Dame. I think Dame is more reliable on a nightly basis. You know, because AD, even when he's healthy, when he's healthy, he's good, but he's not always healthy, and I'm not always sure what I'm getting. With Damian Lillard, you know what you're getting. You're getting one of the best point guards in the NBA. Some may argue the best. And, you could keep him or just trade for a guy that can get injured whenever. I feel like he gets injured every other year. And I know he's great when he, when he's healthy, but he's not always healthy. That's the problem. You know? So I'm going to keep Dame on that one. So, would I keep Damian Lillard, or would I trade him for Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, and some first-rounders? I would trade for Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, and a few first-rounders. I think that's an easy one there, because, Lillard, I know he's a great player, but if he's going to want out, you could get Jaylen Brown, a good up-and-coming player, Marcus Smart, a great defender, can solve your defense issues, and some first-rounders that you can, use to develop in the future. You're not going to win a championship anytime soon. So just rebuild. You're ahead of a lot of teams rebuilding. You would be ahead of the Cavs. Like, if you get Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart, you'd be ahead of the Cavs in rebuilding. Maybe even slightly ahead of the Hornets, So, I would make that trade. Would I keep Dame or trade for Kawhi? I would trade for Kawhi. Honestly, I just think Kawhi is a slightly more reliable player. I had some criticisms for him. I've had it in the past, but I think he's a good player. It's not very easy to lead the Raptors to a championship like that. But honestly, this is like, when you look at him, like, when he was down 2-0, for both the Jazz series and the Nuggets series, he is great in those games. He's really good in those games. He's good, when he's under pressure. And I think I'll take Kawhi there over Dame slightly. If they offer that straight up, I'm going to take it, I guess. It's really tough, but I think he has more playoff experience, Kawhi. He's won 2 Finals MVPs. He just has more... I find him more reliable. So Damian Lillard for Bradley Beal, that's a no for me. Damian Lillard's been a better player for a while, I think. Even in the last couple of years when Beal's had some of his best years, Even this year, he had a higher offensive rating and net rating than Beal. So I'm taking him over. I'm keeping Dame there. So would I rather keep Dame or trade him for Bam Adebayo, Kendrick Nunn, and Tyler Hero? For that one, I'm going to say no on that one. I know it's a lot. I know it's Bam, Hero, and Nunn, but I don't know. Kendrick Nunn's very talented. Hero may have had a bit of a sophomore slump, but it could very easily be a Jason Tatum thing where he Pops is third year after that. Bam Adebayo's good. It's a tough one. But the difference between this and the Beal and the difference between this and the Brown and Smart deal is Brown and Smart have proven that they're good role players, and they are probably capable of doing well if you develop them enough in the spotlight. And also there's not only just two role players that you can rely on, but there is draft picks. With this trade, you don't get any draft picks, and you don't really know what you're getting. You don't know if Tyler Hero is... I don't know. It's a tough one. I'm going to say hold right now. Just hold on that real quick. I don't know what I'm getting there. All right, would I trade Damian Lillard for PG? That's a no. PG has definitely impressed me in these playoffs. But Damian Lillard is just better, I think. All right, would I trade Damian Lillard for Kyrie? No, I wouldn't. And that's a firm no, because Kyrie is less reliable by a mile. And I just think Damian Lillard is better anyway, especially in the playoffs. All right, so would I trade Dame for Simmons, Thibault, and Maxey? I'm going to say no. Again, Simmons isn't what they need right now. Or actually, Simmons, you can argue... I mean, Simmons could help them. But... the problem is here... right now, it looks like... what is it? Right now, they're saying offense is good, offense is fine, defense is the problem. But if you trade Dame for Simmons, it might become offense is the problem, defense isn't. But I wouldn't make that trade because Thibault and Maxey are too inexperienced for me. But Simmons, wouldn't it be a bad idea for them? Would I trade Dame for Wiggins, Wiseman, and the 7th and 14th pick? I would. Wiseman, I don't know what I'm getting yet because he didn't really play much this year. But Wiggins is a good role player. He did seem underwhelming with the Timberwolves when he was kind of in the spotlight, but he didn't do that bad, honestly. He averaged... when he was with them, he had 17 in his rookie year, 20 sophomore year, 23 third year, 17, then 18. Then he went to Golden State. But he averaged in the 20s. It's not that bad, especially with the rebuilding franchise. And then Wiseman, and then you get the 7th and 14th pick. I think you go for that. All right, so that would have been the podcast yesterday. Today, this is where the podcast would have started. So, shocker, Ohtani just another homer. Anyway, the Warriors could pursue a trade for Siakam, and they would exchange Wiseman there. So think about this. You would think, Curry... not Curry. They have a rising star in Wiseman. Why would they ship him off for Siakam, whose stock went down last year? LeBron chose Love over the first-round pick, Andrew Wiggins. Why did he do that? Because Kevin Love fit his timeline. Kevin Love and LeBron's timeline matched up. And, his timeline didn't match up with Wiggins. Like, LeBron was, 30. People are forgetting. He was, 31, which is a little older. It's considered older in the NBA. 31. And he just didn't have the time to develop another player, you know? And that's why I thought it was kind of a mistake for him to go to the Lakers. Because you're 36. What was he, 34? You're 34. You're not going to you don't have time to develop these young guys. That's why he traded for AD. Because their timeline matched up. Siakam matches up with Curry's timeline better than Wiseman does. And, if they make this trade, their starting five will look pretty good next year. Curry, MVP candidate. Clay is a question mark, but still. You have Wiggins, a promising role player when he has stars with him. Green, a great facilitator. Siakam, a good role player. So you only have one question mark in Klay Thompson next year. That's a good starting five. And Lillard should start taking notes. He should realize, look at who's in the West right now for next year. The Jazz are going to be the Jazz. They're going to be like a 4 or 5 seed probably. The Suns, they got Booker, who proved himself in the playoffs, and CP3 right now. Nuggets are going to be good next year. The Clippers are going to be good again. Mavs are coming. The Lakers are going to be great next year. The Warriors are going to be great next year. Dame, take notes here. You're going to try to get to the East. I don't know if the Blazers are going to actually trade you to the East, but at least try to get to a better situation than the Blazers right now. Yeah, but I don't think the Blazers are going to go. I don't know if the Blazers, because it's like the Packers. Like, if Aaron actually wants out, the Packers aren't going to trade him to their own division to make it tougher for themselves and easier for Aaron. Like, if they were to trade him to the Bears, that'd be stupid, because the Bears would definitely win the division there. I mean, the Bears made the playoffs last year with Mitch Trubisky as their quarterback. They made the playoffs with Mitch Trubisky last year. The Packers are not going to be 13-3 next year. The Bears are going to easily win the division if they have Aaron Rodgers. So that would be stupid for them. Now, the only problem with the East, and I mean, it would probably be better for the Blazers to trade him to the East, because you don't want to make it tougher for you to get to the finals by trading him to another team in the West. The problem is you're making it easier for Dame, which is fine. Because, I mean, honestly, even if Dame were to join a Boston, I'd say the Lakers or Clippers or any team in the West is better than them still. Alright, so NFL.com ranked the Browns the most complete team in the league. Now here's the problem with the Browns. They are not good with expectations. They've been expected to do well for the last 3 years, and not until this year did they actually pop. And who knows if they're ready to win a Super Bowl. Here's the problem. So Tampa, in my opinion, is definitely the most complete team in the league, because it has veteran players that are ready to do it in the Super Bowl. They can do it. That Rams team was more talented than that Patriots team that went on to 2019. But they had Jared Goff was 24. Gurley was 24. They just couldn't perform on that stage yet. And even McVay had a tough time, coaching at that stage. So, I mean, are they really Super Bowl ready? I don't know. Tampa is. They just won a Super Bowl. And they have, like I said, veterans that are ready to win. Ndamukong Suh is ready to win. JPP is ready to win. Godwin's ready to win. Brady's definitely ready to win. They have all these veteran players that are ready to win. And we know Buffalo and Kansas City, they're ready to win. I don't even know if Buffalo's ready to win.